What is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about why a parent should not have a favorite child. So yeah, let's get into it. What is up, guys? So today, this message is going to be directly aimed at parents in hopes that it will show you guys the major downsides of having a favorite child or a child you let get away with everything. So yeah, this is going to be more of a personal experience as well. So I hope you guys enjoy. But yeah, let's get into the story. So this story takes place, I guess, a long time ago, back when I was homeschooled, and one of my neighbors as well was homeschooled, and still, I think their parents still do homeschooling, if that makes any sense. But yeah, they had 4 kids, and they had the oldest boy, and I ended up hanging out with him a lot when I was younger. Now, beyond that, they have 3 other siblings or kids, and they are 3 girls. Now, the oldest girl always gets away with everything. And beyond that, they have the middle child, which I will get into in a second, but they also had the younger child. And now she has some form of heart problem, so she also kind of gets favoritism, I guess, within the household. But where the main base of my story takes place is within the middle child. Now, the middle child, I believe personally, is one of the smartest kids that I have really known in a while. You know, she's very, very artistic. You know, she's very, very brilliant. However, a lot of that goes unrecognized. You know, between the older girl and the younger girl, a lot of that attention really gets soaked up and really doesn't get to be absorbed by that middle child. And a lot of times she is left out with a lot of things, which probably, quite frankly, she should not be left out of. Her parents put a lot more of the emphasis on all the other siblings than they do with her. You know, think about it. There's the one guy in the family, he's the older guy and he's the oldest, so he's going to get attention. There's the oldest girl, and she's always got her way. So, you know, that's just kind of her mentality is, oh, you know, whatever I do, I can get away with it. And then there's the youngest girl, which she has heart problems. So, you know what, people are going to favor the younger child anyways. But then there's that middle girl child. Yeah, I mean, it sucks to say, but a lot of times the middle child gets left out. And I understand that with families in general. That happens. You know, sad to say, but it does happen. And I guess my big message of this is don't let that happen. You know, don't let one of your children, I guess, slip in between the cracks. Always pay attention to all of them. You know, because as I said before, she's so brilliant in so many different ways. Yet a lot of times that talent that she has really goes unnoticed. And that's just really, really a sad thing to see. And I also could see that her talent that she has may be, you know, thrown away. You know, if nobody is really recognizing it within the household. And for some reason, I guess I really don't think it is at all, because as I said before, they're homeschooled and they still are homeschooling. Now, how much school actually gets done is debatable. You know, I know their mom has kind of changed over the years, and I don't know how much school she actually does. And that's, I guess, a big reason, too, why I feel like she could be really just left out, you know, hung out to dry, I guess you could say. And I think that's like an older term. I'm not sure. But, you know, could she really just get screwed over because she got the short end of the stick? Because her parents don't care about her as much, and I guess there's favoritism between all the other children? That's pretty sad, you know? So, parents, I really encourage you guys to take a third-person point of view when looking at your children and just see, you know, am I treating them all fairly and equally? You know, or am I really favoriting one of the children? And if you're doing that, you should really, really stop. You know, even if you, it's sad to say this may sound, but, you know, even if you don't like the other child as much, you know what, you still brought them into the world, and they deserve just as much love and attention as you give the one child. You know, I'm very passionate about this because I worked in a preschool for a couple of years, and you see just the kind of kids that come through, and you can, you know, see even when parents are there, if they have multiple kids, you can see who really gets all the attention, or, you know, why a certain kid gets all the attention. But I encourage you guys, parents, I guess, I encourage you parents to really spread that attention around and really care about all your children as equals. So I guess my big message out of all that is for parents to treat their kids very, you know, equally, or treat them all as smart, even if one of them's not as smart. You know, because if you treat them like it, chances are they're probably going to end up acting like it. And that's what that study showed. You know, if kids were placed in a classroom where they were really expected to do well and the teacher thought they were going to do well, they ended up doing well. However, if they're placed in a classroom where they're a lot less advanced than they actually are, they ended up failing and not doing as well. So parents, don't have a favorite. Treat all your kids as equals. And one thing that I think would help is to look at yourself parenting from a third point of view. Now, this may be very hard to be unbiased, but it will really give you a good sense of how you're doing as a parent. See what your kids are doing or how they're acting, and then realize why they're acting that way. I think that's very, very key. But I think that's it for today. Thank you.